Hello and welcome to Sujith Talks. My name is Sujith Billa, registered migration agent here in the most livable city on earth, Melbourne. This video is based on a Freedom of Information request, FA 20/01/00560. This document has got information about EOIs that were issued an invitation to apply for a subclass 491 visa nominated by Victoria, Queensland, Tasmania, Northern Territory, Western Australia and South Australia in the period between 16th of November 2019 to 19th of Feb 2020, showing date of invitation and SCO code of occupation, occupation name, total points, primary applicants, English proficiency. Now between that period, 16th of November 2019 when the 491 started and 19th of Feb 2020, we heard little bit about Corona but not much. So that's why I call it ICT occupations getting invited for 491 before coronavirus. So I made a graph using the data from this document. And if you go back in time, we didn't have any invitations from New South Wales whatsoever. And this document actually has some information of invitations from ACT as well. So you could probably say that these are the invitations that ICT occupations got under 491 in a span of 2 months or more. And what we see are disappointing figures, because not many 491 invitations were issued for ICT occupations, even though they were having some ICT occupations in their 491 list. The states didn't do much. So overall, these are the numbers, and then I will break it down state-wise, and you could see the English language scores for those applicants who got invited. Now, the highest number of invitations went to developer programmer with 10, and you have the next highest going to computer network and systems engineer with 9, and then ICT business analyst with 6. So those above 5 are only 3. That's a shame, because we expected a lot will go for ICT occupations, because firstly they were in the list, federal list and then state lists, and when ICT professionals are ready to go to regional area, at least you should give invitations first to see how many people are interested. It looks like more people are interested, but there are very few invitations out there. Less than 5, you've got plenty of occupations, and exactly at 5 you've got software engineer and web developer, systems analyst, support engineer, web administrator got 2 each, while those with 1 are multimedia specialist, analyst programmer, ICT managers not elsewhere classified, software tester, database administrator and network administrator. Now breaking down state-wise and occupations-wise, starting with business analyst, you could see there was 1 business analyst who got invited from Victoria on 17th of Feb 2020 with 90 points, getting superior score in English, which is 8 each in IELTS or 79 plus in PTE. Now we've got 2 from South Australia invited in the month of Jan and Feb. In Jan, the point score was 75 with proficient English language test, which means 7 each in IELTS or 65 in PTE. Then you got the next one is 105 points, so over 100 guys. that was superior score. And you got 3 business analyst invitations from Tasmania in the month of December and Jan. So in December you got 75 and 80 pointers invited with just competence score, which is 6 each in IELTS and 50 each in PTE, or equivalent score in another approved English language test. In Jan the score was 75 and proficient. Systems analyst invited by Tasmania, 80 points proficient score in Feb 2020. Another one got invited December 2019, 75 points proficient, that was from Victoria. Multimedia specialists got invited from ACT, Australian Capital Territory, 13th of Feb 2020, and the score is 100 century, superior English. In Tasmania, invited analyst programmer, 17th December 2019 with 75 points and competence score. The Northern Territory, NT, invited developer programmer on 4th of Feb 2020 with 85 points, proficient English. Then South Australia invited developer programmer on 28th of Jan 2020 with 85 points, competence score. Then Western Australia invited developer programmer on 29th of Jan 2020 with 100 points, superior score. Then you got 2 invitations from Victoria for developer programmer in the month of November and Jan respectively, 95 points proficient and 80 competent. Then 5 developer programmers were invited by Tasmania. So in the months of November, December and Jan. Interestingly, all were having competent English test score, and the points were 70, 75 and 80. Software engineer got invited by ACT for 85 points with proficient score on 12th of Feb 2020. Then another software engineer got invited by Queensland on 5th Feb 2020 with 80 points superior proficient score, correction. Then software engineer from Victoria, 28th of Jan 2020, 95 points proficient score. And a couple of software engineers invited by South Australia in the month of Jan and Feb with 70 and 100 points respectively. The English test score was competent and superior. Victoria invited security specialist on 21st of November with 95 points proficient score. Tasmania invited 2 security specialists in the months December and Jan, both competent score, and the points were 70 and 80. Computer network and systems engineer got invited by Queensland, 11th of Feb 2020, 90 points proficient score. Computer network and systems engineer again from Western Australia, 29th of Jan, 95 points superior score. Same occupation from NT, Northern Territory, 263111, got invited 22nd of November and 14th of Feb, both competent, 65 and 70 points, Northern Territory. Victoria invited 2 of those occupations, same computer network and systems engineer, 23rd of Jan and 24th of Jan, 90 superior, 70 competent. Then Tasmania invited 3 of those occupations, computer network and systems engineer again. December, Jan and Feb, 70, 65, 70, all competent. Then ICT managers not elsewhere classified, 1 invitation from NT on 9th of Jan 2020, 80 points and superior score. You got web developer, 10th of Feb 2020, 95 points proficient score. Tasmania, 70 points competent, 8 Jan 2020. Then web developer ACT, 3 from ACT in Jan and Feb, 90, 100 and 85 points proficient superior and proficient respectively. Software tester, just one invitation from Queensland on 7th of Feb with 95 points superior score. Database administrator, 5th of Feb, 90 points proficient from Queensland. Network administrator from NT, 10th of Feb, 65 points competence score. Support engineer, 2 from Queensland, both in Jan, 80 points both, but the English test scores were competent and proficient. Web administrator, 2 from South Australia, 1 in December, 1 in Jan, both 80 points, both proficient scores, South Australia. So that's the end of this video. As we saw, there were very few invitations under 491 for ICT occupations before coronavirus. During coronavirus, obviously, the invitations might be different, and we don't have that information yet. When that information is available, it might be published under Freedom of Information Disclosure Logs. So go through these disclosure logs and you can find interesting information from time to time. It's just that you get it late, so you only get information in the past, but you normally wouldn't get information that's real time, because somebody has to write to the department, ask for the information, and for the department to give us that information, sometimes redacted, sometimes as it is, whatever the person is asking, will take time. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Sujith Billa. Subscribe to my YouTube channel Sujith Talks for more videos of this sort. Also, like my Facebook page, Sujith Talks it is. If you are after immigration advice for Australia, you want to start from ACS skills assessment, or you want to do an EOI, or you want to start from state nomination application, or you just want to do the final stage, which is the visa lodgement, I'll be more than happy to assist in all those stages. I will also explain what the current trend is. If you just want to explore your options, you haven't got anything yet, you haven't gone for ACS skills assessment yet, but you would like to know what's going on with 491 and 190, I'm the right person to talk to. If you want a detailed conversation with me, what you should do is go to my website sujithtalks.com and schedule a phone or a video consultation session.